now.
Names are the fabric of reality.
Hi. Oh, okay. So now we're live. Hi, everyone. That was some technical issues on my end. I apologize. This is why we need DB around. We're missing you, DB.
Dreadfully.
But hi, everyone. Welcome to Crits and Knits, where we are feeling a little bit Halloween-y this episode. How's everyone doing? Yeah?
Dead inside and outside.
Man.
I love your ghosts, though. And
thank you.
Are you glowing? Or is there,
this does outline? Glow in the dark. Here, hang on.
I love it. Oh.
Yeah! You can't really tell, but it does glow in the dark.
A little bit glowy. I like it. Well, very cool. So we are here to talk about...
Hey, ceilings.
Our ceiling fan, of course. We're here to talk about knitting today, and I'm super excited about it. Because, you know, that's what we do. We knit. So who wants to start? No one?
I can go first. Oh, go ahead, Eve.
Yeah, no, you go. You're the guest.
Oh, all right. Well, Daddy's been knitting on his socks still. So.
That's never less creepy.
Never less creepy.
I love it.
Never. Yeah, so I turned the heel since the last time we met. So heel turn. Heel turn. Yeah. And so I just have the foot left to go. So there we go. And my second sock is already knit. It's tied up here. So as soon as I finish the first one, I'll be good. And that's about it. That's all I've been working on.
And for anyone who missed it last time, Greg does knit his second sock first.
Of course.
That he doesn't get second sock syndrome, which is an excellent plan.
Yep. Never had second sock syndrome.
I take a slightly different route, and I do my socks usually 2 at a time.
That's just wizardry.
I've got a pair on the needles right now. I actually, this past Saturday, taught a class on 2 at a time toe-up socks and got 2 new people working on 2 at a time toe-up socks. But apparently one of them thinks that maybe it is too much wizardry and she doesn't want to keep going. Like,
no.
I'm sad.
Well, I'm sure she'll come back to it when she's realized that it is more efficient.
Yeah. But these ones are both, I've turned the heels. I'm going toe-up. But I do like to tuck the heels in. So, yeah.
What kind of heels do you do?
Excuse me. I do the fish lips kiss heel. That is my favorite heel.
That is my traditional heel as well. These are the non-Euclidean heel on these. I'm trying that out this time, and I'm enjoying it.
Excellent.
All of these.
I do whatever the pattern tells me to.
all of these sound like they belong in like a Cthulhu setting somewhere. Fish lips, non-Euclidean.
You walk into Miskatonic and you look under the case. You see a pair of socks. In their infinite horror, the heel terrifies you immediately.
I mean, not wrong.
True.
E, what you got?
I am working on, I don't remember if I had started it last time I was on, but I have a wrap that I'm working. Oh no.
Oh no.
It's invisible.
It's the invisibility cloak.
I love it.
Let me turn that off for a second, then I can show you because it's cool.
This is the one that you sent in our chat, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks so good. Oh, it's so big.
It's beautiful.
Yes. I had boo-boos. Oh, I hadn't started last time for Crits and Knits. I had started at the Bardic Bash.
Because that's what it was.
And I had to go back because I had messed up in the middle because there's make one on either side of the middle stitch and I goofed up somewhere and I ended up ripping it back about 6 times. Finally get it right, but I got it and now I'm happy with it. And I know I wouldn't have been happy with it, but I really like the yarn that I'm using. It's some cheap yarn, but it's very soft, and I really like how the gradient goes. And I had originally purchased this gray and a lilac kind of purple intending for it to go dark gray to white to purple. But then I discovered that this is not the end of the shawl. This is the top of the shawl.
Oh.
So I started in gray, or the dark gray. So I went and got another round of gray so I can do the hood in the dark gray.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But I'm pleased because it's starting to get cold here.
What?
And I just need a little something because I'm secretly a grandma.
What pattern is that?
I think it's called Eco Wrap.
Okay.
I can post it in the Discord.
Yes, please do. Because I'm looking for a shawl with a hood.
It's very simple pattern.
Okay.
It's almost mindless, except you do have to pay attention on which side you're on.
Okay.
I will get that posted shortly. I had to put a stitch marker on the right side so I knew which way I was going back and forth.
Yeah. Well, cool.
All right, that's all I've got.
That's all you've got.
That's all I've got.
That's okay.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
it's absolutely gorgeous wrap. I was more teasing about the voice and accent than what you do or don't have.
Well, anyone else want to go next, or shall I?
Well, I'm working on knitting Daddy's shawl. I'm gonna have to rip 2 rows back. I definitely dropped 2 stitches.
Oh,
sorry to hear that.
That's all right. It's a learning experience. But I did buy stitch markers, so
excellent.
I have those.
That will help.
And I also did buy a bag for my yarn. Daddy was right. I definitely need 2 bags, and my wife definitely is like,
Gotta listen to Daddy.
Yep.
It's important.
Father knows best.
Oh, yeah.
They certainly like to think so, at least.
Well, I am not going to have anything negative to say about mine because he came and rescued me yesterday when I blew a tire.
Ooh.
Like there was a hole in it and the whole sidewall sort of blew out.
You're okay?
I'm good. It was just after I turned onto... I was about a mile away from the house.
Okay.
And I just turned onto the street, and it was a relatively quiet street, and I was able to pull onto an even quieter street and get the jack out. And by the time he got to me, I'd already got the car jacked up and all the bolts off and the old tire off and the spare on.
Look at you!
Yeah, I was very proud of myself, but with my elbows being still kind of jacked up, I couldn't lift the busted tire back into the trunk. I'm like, well, I don't want to leave it on the side of the road. That would be bad. So Dad came to rescue me and lift the heavy things that I couldn't lift. And tightened up all the bolts because, that's what he does. He checks on me, so. Yeah. Oh, Mrs. Lynch is in the chat. Hello.
Hello. I have a thing. Yes. I'm actually making a thing.
I'm very excited.
Look at you go.
I'm very proud of myself right now because it was about here when I sent a picture.
Yeah. It's looking
and
fantastic.
Now it's further. It's like a full forearm.
Yeah.
I'm making a scarf. I threw the question to these delightful people and said, I want to actually make something. Scarves seem easy. What's an easy pattern with a cool idea that a rank newbie can learn? So I learned things like how to do knit and purl, switching the yarn between front and back. This was a thing that I had never learned and was like, I'm doing something wrong. It's getting all twisted up. What am I doing wrong? So I looked up how to do the purl stitch, and then I looked up knit one, purl one, and it was like, oh.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
There's a trick to it. Once you get it, though, it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started this on Monday.
You are making such progress.
I'm very pleased with it.
You're gonna give me a run for my money.
I started it at work and I was bored. So I started working on it there, got a good ways in, and then realized that I wasn't maintaining tension very well. So one side was droopier than the other, ripped it all back and started again.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's just
But
yarn.
I've been learning how to maintain tension with the yarn. I like
Yay!
forever and ever, I was just letting it hold off to the side and then pulling it and looping it when it was ready to make the stitch.
Mm-hmm.
And now I know how to actually maintain tension. So I'm very excited how much I've learned.
All weird.
Yeah, I think just about everyone I've met holds their yarn differently. So whatever.
Yeah, I was watching a video that had it like looped over all 4 fingers and twisted around the pinky, and I was like, that's complicated. I can only really use the first 2 fingers.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to do it with my other hand, but I need somebody to like physically show me how to do it.
Yeah,
I'm a thrower, so.
Danny told me I had too much tension when I was knitting.
A little tight.
It's typical when you first start to be extra tense on it. Extra
was
tight.
the yarn squeaking? Because for a long time I would knit so tight my yarn would squeak on my needles.
Ooh,
that is quite.
And my mom would be like, "You're squeaking."
Okay, it wasn't that tight.
No.
But it was definitely tight, and then after like a few stitches, I would go and like like just to be sure. And he's like, that's a bit much, and I'm like, oh.
But it's
in her wonderfully Canadian way. That might just be a little too.
Aww.
But yeah, this is the Baker Street pattern by Joan of Dark, which I really like because the knit one purl one on one row makes this beautiful pattern that has this great texture, and then the pure knit stitch on the other side gives it a nice smooth side. So I figured out how to look at it and be like, I know which row I'm on, because it looks different when it's knit one purl one than it does when it's knit. I'm learning a lot. I've learned a lot in the last couple weeks.
That's great.
You can read your knitting.
It's closer because this pattern is very similar. It's a knit one, purl one, and then a knit row, and then the next row is purl one, knit one. So it's offset by 1. So I think it's officially called a broken seed stitch.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
But it's very similar idea. And now that you know how to do that knit one, purl one, you can switch things up in the future. Not in the middle of your scarf, of course, but next time.
Yeah, let me finish the scarf first, because I've only ever finished one project, and that was because in early January of last year, was it last year? Yeah, early January of last year, I was very tense for reasons. So I finished a thing while staying very close to the internet and the television to watch what was happening.
Oh.
Yes.
Let's see. So I showed you guys the socks that I've been making some progress on.
Yeah.
I also have, I didn't bring the other one because it's next to the bed, but I have finished I call these my bed socks. So I bought a couple of, I bought a lot of balls of yarn. These ones I bought a while back. They are, it's the Loops and Threads brand of a wool-free sock.
From Michaels.
Yeah, from Michaels. And then I bought, so I've got this color and I've got another one. And with this size of sock, I can get 4 socks out of 1 ball of yarn.
Ooh.
And I have 3 nieces who all are in the age range where they're going to be going through this sock size at some point. Apparently the oldest now has feet bigger than me, so I'm going to have to make her some of her own socks that are slightly larger, but the 2 younger ones will cycle through these. But then I bought a bunch of Premier yarns. And again, I can't remember the specific brand, but it's another wool-free sock yarn. And I'm just knitting single socks, all the exact same size and pattern, because it's a thing that people are doing these days where they wear socks that don't match. And it bothers me to no end, but I'm getting around it by making them all self-striping and all exactly the same size on the same needles. So the socks themselves will fit identically, even if the patterns are not the same.
Yeah, so. I'm definitely one of those people. When one of my socks in a pair wears out, I throw it away and then pair it with a sock that has also lost its mate.
Oh, that hurts my brain so much.
So that it can continue. So that I still have a pair of socks.
While it hurts Danny's brain, it makes me so happy to hear that these otherwise lonely socks are able to couple
they still
up.
Have a friend.
Yes.
Oh, see, normal socks, like not hand-knitted socks, when I wear one out, become dusty things. It's like I put them on my hand to dust stuff. So they don't have a friend anymore, but they're still being useful.
That's fair.
But hand-knit socks, I will. I keep all my extra little scraps that don't go into my scrap blanket, which I've been working on, and I'll show in a second. But I've got a big round vase that I toss them all into. So I've got all these little tiny scraps of yarn, but when I blow a hole in them, I can pull out the yarn and I can patch them up. So
I just learned how to do that earlier this year and absolutely love it. I got a darning loom. Nice. So I do woven patches on it instead of
a Katrinkles loom?
It was a Katrinkles, yeah. Oh. I love Katrinkles.
I don't know if any of the rest of you are familiar with Katrinkles.
Nope.
No.
They do laser cut wood stuff.
Ooh.
I've got
a stitch markers.
Yeah, I've got some stitch markers from Katrinkles. I've got a needle gauge. I've got some buttons. And
I like the buttons that she does. She'll do some that have just like a 3x3 grid on it, and you can put yarn through to make letters. Yeah. So like I've made, like when I make baby sweaters for people, I will put the initials of the baby as the 3 buttons on it and put it on, and it is super, super cute.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's amazing.
That is definitely a thing to check out. I should see if Katrinkles wants to be featured at some point. Let's put that.
I bet she would. She's awesome.
Yeah. So speaking of scraps, I have also been working on my scrappy yarn blanket. So let's see. I added that big colored one at the bottom. I've added a bunch more over on this end. So I'm getting, I don't know,
that's so pretty.
An arm and a half
I
wide.
Legit thought one of them was see-through, but then I realized, it must be green.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There are several greens in here, so there's definitely some holes. It's fine.
There's a reason why I'm not using a blurred background today or any other background, because I am wearing a lot of green.
Yep. You kind of disappeared a little.
Just a bit. It was funny though.
And then the last thing I've been working on is the little 5 plushie. So I've shown him off before, but now he has pants. He has fancy pants.
He has plans and fancy pants to match.
Yeah, and I don't remember if he had hair before. I think he did. But the pants, I don't know if we can quite see, but they are embroidered with gold because the character is a Warforged who has cracks that are filled with gold. And I've started on his top, but I need to do his sleeves. That's why he's not wearing it yet. But again,
no judgment.
I know you're not big on the pants, but it's less pants and more like the metallic skin. But they're in pants form because that will be more entertaining for children to play with if they want to, because kids like to change the pants on things, or at least my sister and I did when we played with dolls. It was very much change their clothes. I play for about 5 minutes and change the clothes again. I don't know what that says about us, but that's fine.
Future fashion designers, obviously.
Clearly. I may have had a fashion design rub-on set when I was a kid.
Oh, I had one of those!
With those interchangeable plates. And
those plates were so much fun to play with.
Yeah.
I had one too, but it was all monsters.
Okay, that's even cooler though. Oh my god, can you imagine combining the two of them though?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it had a head. Oh, no, it had like a butterfly for the middle, and then like a little trapezoid on the bottom. And you take and so these are pieces of plastic. At least mine was, and you put it like in a frame, and each of those pieces of plastic have a different design on it that is raised, and then you put a piece of paper on top of it and a crayon and do a rubbing on it, and then you've got, in my case, it was like I think it was called Mighty Men and Monster Maker is what mine was called, and so you could have they had them so that you could pick the ones that were obviously designed to go together, and you would have like a unified like octopus looking monster or dragon looking monster or something like that.
Yeah, but that's the boring option.
Yeah. Or you could, put a dragon head on top of an octopus legs or something like that. So
okay.
And I'm guessing that y'all had ones that let you make dresses and pants and stuff.
Yeah, there was the head that had different hairstyles, and then the torso with different variations of tops, and then from the waist down with skirts and pants and different shoe options. And yeah, you laid the 4 pieces in the little frame, put your paper on, and did a rubbing. And then on the opposite side, they had textures, so you could do
textures,
like,
right?
a texture of a pattern on the pants. You could do stripes or flowers or whatever you wanted. And
yeah, I had scales and fur and things like that.
I really want to get both of these sets and combine them just for the fun of that.
My parents might still have ours in the basement. Actually, they may have given it to my sister for her kids to play with.
I think ours is in the basement.
I think my mom got rid of ours.
Well, we're gonna have to do some exploration, and if I find mine and Greg, you find yours, we're gonna have
we can combine them.
Yeah, we're gonna combine them and make some monsters. It'll be excellent.
We'll have to get together again sometime.
Oh no!
Monsters with dresses.
Oh, darn! Seeing each other in person? What?
And we could darn socks while we're at it if we need to. Oh darn!
So, speaking of seeing each other in person, I listened to the latest episode of Unraveling, which is Greg's other podcast, and yeah, he talked about going to SAF, which is really cool. It's the Southeastern Animal Fiber Fair.
It's Fair Festival. I always have to look it up.
No
Pam
idea
always
what that
corrects
last
me.
F is for.
Yeah.
But that's actually where we got to meet in person the first time, and I can't believe that was 5 years ago.
5 years ago, yeah. You would know because you were knitting your own wedding dress at the time.
I was, yeah. So that timeline is in my head, but
yeah. And thank you again for allowing me to put about a dozen stitches in it.
Absolutely.
That was really fun.
So much fun.
So much fun. I think that might have been the first time I went to SAF.
Yeah, that was my first and only time so far, but it will happen again.
Yeah.
So, with this week being the week leading up to Halloween, we thought that it would be fun to talk about a couple of scary patterns that we found. And let's see. So we're just going to go in the order that I happen to open up the pages in. And I'm going to hit the button. There we go. So the first one is Mort. And I believe this is one that you sent. Is it one that you have, or just one that you found that you really want?
I have had it in my Ravelry favorites for quite some time. Not many years ago, but like 5 years ago, I was like obsessed with I want to be a skeleton for Halloween. And I was like, I'm gonna knit a skeleton outfit. And then I was like, no, that's too hard.
It is a lot.
So now I just get skeleton onesies from Old Navy.
Hey, it works.
But I still would like to do it someday.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like such a fun pattern. I don't know if it's really clear to everyone looking at that tiny bit of screen, but it is a unisex hooded long jacket. Don't fear the Reaper. But the hood actually has a skull on it. Let's see if I can scroll up. The front has a rib cage. The head has a skull. There's a lot of really cool detail in this, and I kind of would love to do that color work. And also would kind of hate it because there's so much contrast between black and white, so you have to be super careful with carrying your stitches, but man, it looks cool. And I guess on the same note, that's why you have those really cool gloves. They were called X-Ray.
Same designer.
Yeah. Oh man,
they also did
really cool
X-ray socks.
Oh man, I really like those gloves, and it really does just look like an X-ray. And then I found a couple. Well, I found a couple. One of them has been sitting in my Ravelry queue since it got released last year. It's called Halloween by Stephanie Lotvin. I knit a lot of Stephanie's stuff, which is fine because I've met her in person and she's really cool. And I just really like her stuff. But it's a cowl, so it looks like a triangular shawl wrapped in a scarf-like fashion, but it's all one piece so that you don't have to worry about ends, which is kind of nice. But it's got these little ghosts and pumpkins and really cute colored borders. And yeah, hers is done in really bright colors. I'd probably use less bright colors, mostly because I'd want to lean into the spooky, but it really is adorable. And then this year she released a hat pattern called Boneyard Sweethearts. And it's skeletons on a hat. And it comes with two options. You can have it with these little ghosty guys in between the skeletons. Or the second option is with little hearts in between them for the sweethearts.
Aww.
So they can be skeletons in love. Or it could be a Valentine's hat. Or it's just adorable because it's adorable. So, yeah, if you want to knit something Halloween-y, you still have, what is today, Wednesday? You got Thursday, Friday,
5
Saturday,
days.
Sunday. Yeah, 5 days. 5 days is plenty of time to knit a cute little Halloween hat, right? Maybe? Okay, well.
Also, Halloween happens every year.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I have so many Halloween, Halloween colorways of yarn. I'm like, I'm going to make Halloween socks. We're going to ignore the fact that I already have at least 3 pairs of hand knit Halloween socks. Every year I'm like, I'm going to get more Halloween yarn and make more Halloween socks.
There are 31 days in the month of October.
There are. And I really like wearing hand knit socks with my leggings around the house. And I have at least 6 pairs of Halloween themed leggings. So really, I need at least 6 pairs of Halloween themed socks to go with them.
Minimum.
Yeah. At least.
At least.
That's my logic anyway.
We are enablers. I just want to point that out.
Yes, this is not where I come to talk me out of getting things. It is very much not the place for that.
It's like improv. This is a yes and experience.
Yep. Okay. Anyone else got stuff to talk about today? No, I think we're
working on this for a couple weeks. So
yeah, just working on stuff and getting a second bag.
Second bag is always a good thing.
I need to get a first bag for my knitting stuff now that I'm taking it places.
Oh, we need to hook you up. We should get you a bag from Whimsy Stitches.
I was going to say, Rick, he can get you bags, right?
He does. He has fantastic bags. I may have I've got at least a half dozen of his bags because I just like them. They're cute, and he gets the best fabrics. So we'll get you in touch with Rick. We'll hook you up so
cool.
You can be set with that. And that actually is a reminder. This is our last episode with our friends Knitting Daddy and Whimsy Stitches as our featured dyer, bag maker, and designer. But that means that starting next episode, we're going to have someone new to feature. So be excited about that. I'm very excited. We have one confirmed and lined up, and we've got some lines out for the second. So crossing our fingers that we have 2 people to feature, but if not, we've got one, and this is going to be great.
And so part of being featured, I have all of my patterns are available at 25% off if you use the Crits and Knits code. All one word. So you can go get them from Ravelry and use that Crits and Knits code when you check off, and you'll get check out and you'll get 25% off.
Check off knitting pattern.
Check off those knitting patterns. That is good until the end of the year. So you can even stew on it a little bit if you want to.
That is very kind of you.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that. I even have... Wait, I have to move these things around. Gosh. There we go. we have the coupon codes down at the bottom of the screen. So it's the Crits and Knits for Knitting Daddy, and then, oh gosh, I don't have my glasses on.
MGNDD15.
Yes, that works for Whimsy Stitches. That's good for 15% off any purchase of $20 or more. And it might just be me, but it is really easy to spend $20 or more in Rick's shop. It's really easy to spend $100 or more in Rick's shop. Oops, where did my money go? Oh, right, to all this really cool knitting stuff. And you don't feel bad about it at all because it's gorgeous and it's such good quality. So, all right. Well, I think that is it for our knitting talk. So if you all want to go grab a drink, hang out for just a few minutes, we're going to get everything set up for our D&D game. And yeah, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Bye. and
no.
welcome back.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, did everyone freeze?
No.
You froze on
no.
us.
Only you. Only you.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're
Okay,
back.
yay!
You're back.
Hello, everyone.
It froze when you were on 2, and I was like, oh god.
We are back. We are not having internet problems right now. Yes? Crossing fingers? But welcome back. We're going to play some D&D. Does anyone remember, as I accidentally hit my keyboard and hope I didn't screw anything up? It's fine. Does anyone remember what happened last time?
Not it.
Well, I was arguing with Nelitha about her girlfriend burning down the whole breakfast spot. And I was like, damn, Nelitha, why you try to teach that girl how to cook? You know she can't cook. You know she get mad if she cooked, and she got the fire on her head already. So she burnt down the whole breakfast spot, and I hold that against Nelitha because the first time I decided to get my ass up to get the breakfast, it's gone, right? Nonsense, right? So she's probably gone right now, just pouting about that anyway. So anyway, we get to the other breakfast spot, and it turns out it's a little smaller, but it's very cozy, and there's a dwarf in there. Dwarf's got bagpipes. He's behind the bar. He's chatting us up. I say he's a nice guy. We should just take him with us to go do nonsense. And everybody's like, oh, Rasmus, don't go ahead and do that because, well, if he's living a life, I'm like, we're all in a retirement community. We're not really living our lives. We're just hanging out. But anyway, so he says, hey, I got problems in the basement. I'm like, hot damn rats. It's like going to be like adventuring all over again. Turns out it wasn't rats.
No.
Anyway, yeah, went down the basement trying to help our friend Herder out. Who I definitely vote that we should just take with us. On a crazy time, and it's definitely not rats. So I was like, well, it's like rats advanced. They're like kind of
with wings,
trying to ratty dragon wingly things, right? Baby chalk doors, right? Something. We deal with the whole rat situation the not rat situation for the most part. I did find the egg in my hole though. And I think I'm having a baby. It's going to be due pretty soon, so I'm gonna blame it on Owen because that just seems right.
Congratulations! I'm sure you two will be very happy.
Oh, he will not be happy because it's Owen, and that's what Erasmus remembers.
Well, I think Erasmus remembered it pretty well. Anyone else have anything that you want to add? I mean, we did all.
I want a paternity test. We need to call Fantasy Maury Povich.
I didn't notice. Did Erasmus mention the hole in the wall that we're going to go investigate?
Oh yeah, totally forgot about that because Erasmus has the attention span of a goldfish. There's a hole in the wall.
Yes, now
you'd think he'd be more paying attention when it comes to holes.
I'm having a baby. I'm having a baby, Owen. I wish you'd be more attentive to my needs.
Yes, now we located a hole in the side of the basement wall that our new friend said hadn't been there previously.
Wasn't there before. No. Nope.
Nelitha wanted to go and examine it immediately, but we were all like, hang on though. Our new friend here has no weapon or armor currently on him. Maybe we deal with that before we go chasing down a hole that wasn't here previously and possibly get him killed.
Good plan.
Herder appreciates that. He was just upstairs trying to get things set up for the dinner rush when y'all came in for breakfast. So, no weapons, no armor, just keeping shop up in the bar.
It's okay. Only adventurers do all their daily activities in all their gear because, it's nonsense.
Walk around town with your swords and shields, and
given how much random bull crap keeps happening when we're just in and about the town, it's just become a matter of fact now. Where it's like, yes, we're back in adventuring mode. Let's just go ahead and put on all of the things when we wake up.
Yeah,
feels nice.
Feels like coming home.
All All right. Well, so you then will head back upstairs, rather reluctantly. Nelitha is a little bit pouty about that. She wanted to go look in the
look in the hole.
Check out the hole.
So checking out that hole, but not my hole. I see how it is.
Well, that is Nelitha for you. I'm trying to see where the characters all are.
We're still downstairs.
I summoned them, but they didn't come. So let me just see. I'm still learning Tabula Sono. It is new, but we're getting there. That is not how I select multiple things. Control. Control will summon multiple people. There we go. That take you upstairs? That did not take you upstairs. Ah, there we go. And, oh, don't do that. I need to. There we go.
Hey, it's my boy.
So you're all upstairs now. You can send yourselves where you need to be. Let's see if I can
what
get...
I'm doing.
So you have all headed back upstairs. You can absolutely plan to grab something to eat, to drink, relax a little bit for a few minutes at least. Take the benefits.
Hey, so just so you know, drinks are on the house for all y'all. You never pay here again after what happened downstairs.
Nelitha is quite happy to take advantage of that and sits down.
Oh, what was my excuse for not being there? I don't remember.
You just hadn't woken up yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you were having a nice little sleep in. But Owen, you did wake up and head to meet everyone for breakfast and realize that they were probably not going to be having breakfast because, well, the golden frog was still kind of smoldering. And who was our Astrin in his usual grunty glory grinned with a kind of angry grimace more than an actual grin and pointed towards the Stout Singer when he saw you coming up because he knew who you were looking for.
Thanks.
So, and as you come up, the rest of your friends are sitting around having just had a bit of a battle instead of a bit of a breakfast.
Why are you all so sweaty? It's just breakfast.
There are far more interesting things down in the basement, or at least there were. Owen, Herder, Owen.
Owen's with y'all?
Yes.
Hello.
All right. Welcome to the Stout Singer. Normally, we are pretty laid back, except at night. It gets rowdy. We've got, folks coming in and singing, bands and the like. But, yeah, there's some stuff downstairs, and I got stoned almost, and but all your friends helped me out. Really appreciate that.
Which is to say, he almost got turned to stone, as opposed to partaking in the herb.
The halfling's leaf.
Indeed.
So there's still that hole that in the basement that wasn't there before.
A second hole.
Yeah, if y'all gonna stick around some, I wouldn't mind it if you check it out.
I mean, it does seem to be in the community's best interest to at least make sure that wherever it leads is not going to cause harm.
I mean, I'm kind of thinking so far, there's the one bar you burn down, and the other bar you come in. There's like stuff coming out of the basement, so it might be in your best interest as well, is what I'm saying.
Are you blaming us?
I'm just
things happening.
Correlation, causation. I'm just saying what happened. What happened.
And speaking of what happening, there's a knock at the door, and it slowly opens, and a very familiar fiery head pops in.
Nelitha, go talk to her, please. Go out.
All right. Excuse me, folks. It may be a while. And Nelitha gets up and hurries to the door and ushers Tamilia out before the fire genasi has a chance to accidentally burn down the other bar in town.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank you.
Yes. I don't think this town can deal with many more fires.
No. So you do have some time now if you would like to take a short rest. You'll have your breakfast beer, which is not quite the same as cinnamon rolls, but it may be just as hearty.
That cinnamon roll probably wasn't even good anyway.
Well, there you go. Yeah. And Herder, you have an opportunity to go ahead and get your
get my stuff together.
Things. Yes.
Yeah. All right. I'm. Can I trust you guys to not do crazy stuff in the bar if I go home and get my weapons? I didn't think I could, but at least lie to me.
Oh, yes. All right. Yeah, we got it.
I will do my best to keep this one in check.
I'll be back soon. The house is just around the corner. I'll go back and get my stuff. I'll come back armed.
Speaking of keeping me in check, Owen, so what are we gonna name this?
Name what?
This egg. Well, the thing inside the egg.
Egg?
Yeah,
he pulled something out of his hole.
I pull this egg out and I sniff it. Yep, that's gonna hatch. That's gonna hatch soon.
Oh gods. And you were just speaking about how you wanted to leave a legacy.
Yeah, it's in the egg, whatever it is. I don't even know what kind of egg this is, but you think, I mean, like it's definitely not a chicken egg. I've spent a long time around chickens. Not that.
How big is this egg?
It is about the size of a chicken egg, maybe a little bit larger.
Okay.
Anyone that has magic can do an Arcana check on it if you'd like.
Sure.
Oh, no animal handling or anything.
You know what? If you want to do animal handling, you can do that. Sure.
I'll take animal handling if that's okay.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, this is
11.
Definitely not any sort of egg you recognize.
Well, the fact that it came out of a dragon horde underlines its odd nature, at least.
Yes. I need everyone to roll me a perception check, please.
$26.
Ooh.
By the way, I'm back. I got back.
Welcome back. Excellent. 24.
Thanks.
Okay.
22.
12 for Erasmus? Okay. Everyone else, you almost feel like you're being watched. It's just that sort of tickling at the base of your head.
Does anybody else feel like we're being watched?
Mm-hmm.
No, but I mean, if a wizard hates us, I mean, then that tracks.
Why does a wizard hate us?
Probably doesn't hate you
yet.
Okay. All right.
You were about to be reassured by that, weren't you?
All right. I'll be quiet.
It's probably a necromancer, so I don't know if you want to be on their good side necessarily.
I can't be quiet. All right. I'm looking around, see if I can see what might be watching us.
Yeah, I'll look around for like any sort of scry or anything.
Okay.
That looks familiar in that sense.
Go ahead and roll me investigation, and if you have Arcana, you can roll it with advantage.
Okay. 2.
You don't see anything, Assault.
Nope.
I got for Arcana. I got a 20 plus 4, 24.
Okay, you do a very good look around, and there is nothing out of the ordinary. You don't see any strange little things in the corners. You don't see any creatures that don't belong there. You don't even see any, like, rats that might be sitting on a shelf staring at you.
Yeah, friends, everything looks like it always does here. Nothing out of the usual.
But it feels peculiar, like someone's watching. All right, well, we'll keep an eye out, I suppose.
Let's give him a show and go see what's in the hole in the basement.
Is Nelitha coming back, do you think? Or has she gone off with her girlfriend? And
who knows?
I'm not finishing that sentence.
I think it takes time to reassure someone they're not a menace to the community.
Yes.
I think you have experience with that.
Owen looks pointedly at Erasmus and says,
on both ends of that relationship.
No, nobody ever talks to me about anything, really.
It can take some convincing.
All right. So you...
Speaking of, just because I'm the curious kind of person, is Erasmus eating off of his special plate?
I mean, if there is food, then yes.
Yeah, if there was anything to eat.
Are my plates not good enough for you?
It's a not cursed plate.
It's my plate, and it's a fine plate.
I'll just casually come around and like touch Erasmus gently on the shoulder and cast Remove Curse.
Okay. Erasmus? You still feel like you should eat off of this plate. But you don't feel compelled to eat until you burst. So you still think it's an excellent plate, and it's the only thing you want to eat from. But you no longer will have to roll to see if you can avoid eating until you make yourself sick.
Ooh, I think you saved me from having a bathroom emergency. That'd be good.
So really, I saved all of us.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Glad to help.
I just cleaned up, so.
All right. With that settled, I don't. Should we wait for Nelitha?
Who knows how long?
It's going to take a while. Also, I don't think that fire should not be half listening to anybody anyway. Because, like, once they're mad, they're mad.
I mean, that goes for many people that I know.
People just need to learn how to go with the flow. Live life.
Well, why don't we go and live our lives and possibly end some monstrous lives?
All
right.
Well, let's head down to the basement once more.
Yep. Erasmus takes out a piece of cloth and makes a little Birkin wrap for the egg.
I was just going to ask what you were going to do with that egg.
I am not seeing a soul. Am I missing something? Do I need to refresh?
Let me see if I can. You're all sort of in a weird place, so.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to stop doing that. Let's try this again. There we go.
There I am.
Yeah, sorry. I moved myself.
There we go. Sometimes it's a little bit... like I said, I'm still figuring this out, so it's a little tricky, but you are now all back in the basement.
All right, well.
Staying behind this hole. Y'all can be up. Y'all can take lead.
Well, given that Nelitha is usually the one who sees in the dark for us, and Assault will pull down her goggles of night,
Oh wait, are they yours or are they mine?
You both had some.
I came with those.
Like,
that was part of my starting equipment.
Okay.
Yeah, there were several things that you all had in common.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really funny when I was like, "Oh, you too have a folding boat. Oh, you also have the fortress." Okay.
That's what happens when you're adventurers. You gather the cool stuff.
Funny how that works.
But nobody thought to get a portable hole.
So the dwarf has dark vision too.
Yes, but you're also 5th level. We're not making you go further.
Yeah, thank you. He is also at the back. He can look at the dark behind us.
Exactly. That's why it was like, cool. We've got 3 humans and a dwarf.
All right. So, are you going to look at
Owen,
this
do you want to take the lead or will I?
I can go first.
I'm indifferent. Either one can do it.
I'll go.
All right. Go ahead.
Where am I going? Is it behind this barrel here?
Yes.
Yeah.
All
okay.
Right. So if we're going through that, I need to summon you to another page here. Let's see if I can do this all at
once.
Were
there other choices we could have gone through?
No, but you could have played around in there a little bit more.
Yeah. Nothing here but barrels of beer. Delicious stout.
Okay, so I'm going to summon my players. So the rest of you are still in the room, but you can't
Oh,
see
we can see what it says. We can see what it is.
Oh, crap.
Oh.
That's fine. Ignore that.
Okay.
The good news is...
Love it.
I've got it cropped.
Ignore me.
I've got it cropped so that the audience can't see that. So
okay.
That's fine.
Wonderful. So we won't say it out loud.
Good plan. It's fine.
And
I didn't realize.
And I don't even know what y'all are talking about. So
then we'll leave you to be unpleasantly surprised.
So I'm going to change the view here just a little. I'm going to go this way. Still learning the controls. It's fine. You are in a tunnel. It is dark. And Owen, as you step through, you get that feeling of being watched again.
Ugh, got that feeling again.
It's a gross feeling.
What are you doing?
I'm making my way downtown. kind of slowly, kind of creeping, listening, watching.
Roll me an investigation check, please.
$11.
Okay. Nothing seems out of the ordinary.
Are you coming?
Yes, we're coming. No. Follow behind him.
All right. As you come to the end of that tunnel, there's got to be a better way to select these things. Give me just a moment. I don't know how to do all of this yet, so it's okay.
It's okay.
There we go. Oh, won't let me do them all at once. Damn. That's fine. That's fine. We're working through this. So I can only reveal the wall segments one at a time yet. They are planning to make it so that you can have actions on multiple items at once, but unfortunately, that is not a thing yet.
And of course you made it fancy, so there's many segments.
I did. I made it very fancy. I should have made it just all one room. That's
square.
where would the fun be in that? Like I said, I'm learning Tabula Sono as we go. It is very cool, but I have not played with it a whole lot yet, so my actions in it are somewhat rudimentary. But we're getting there.
That's okay.
And I'm sure that at some point I will have another chance to speak with the folks there, and they'll say, oh, you did it the really hard way. Here's the simple way to do it. I'm sure there's a simple way, because when I've played with them, they've been able to reveal entire rooms all at once. And it's really cool because everything drops down from the ceiling. I actually can't tell if these are dropping down from the ceiling or not. That's fine.
They are not.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm looking at it in the 2D version on mine.
Ah. And the 2D version is handy as well. I'm almost there. Sorry, I made it a really complicated room.
That is perfectly all right.
But the rest of you also, once again, really do feel that sensation of being watched. And there's a bit of a strange smell. You're not entirely sure what it is until you step forward and you see
a ball on a stick.
I didn't have a beholder. I'm sorry. But you all see this thing. Well, Owen, you see this as you enter the room. And you've been adventuring long enough that you recognize this thing pretty much spot on. Because honestly, there's nothing else that has quite so many eyes. And I need you to roll initiative, please.
Oh, hell.
Is that the plural you?
Yes. Yes, I need initiative from everyone, please.
So that's a y'all.
Y'all.
Yeah. All y'all.
13.
Danny, are you in D&D Beyond so you can see the rolls and stuff?
Yeah. So if you roll in D&D Beyond, it should show up in my combat tracker automatically.
Oh, I can go ahead and roll there then.
And Owen was 15?
Clunk.
13.
13.
You know, I rolled much better in person. I got a 14 on my real die, but
I will let you have that.
D&D Beyond's just out for me.
5 for Herder.
All right. So, you've got some stuff to deal with now. Owen, as you step in, you definitely feel this creature turning towards you and staring at you. Erasmus, you are up first.
Well, since I don't see anything, I don't think I could get past assault for getting the room. That doesn't even make sense. So, come on, sheet. There we go. I will cast False Life on myself.
Okay, and remind me, what does that do?
False Life, bolstering myself with a facsimile of life. I give myself 1d4 plus 4 temporary hit points for the duration of the spell.
All right. And is that it for you?
Yep.
All right, Isolde, you're up.
Okay. I am going to. Did Owen actually move aside the way that you have that?
Sure. I'm just
Cool.
gonna lean over,
step far enough into the room and go, oh dear. and kind of like shake my head. Well, I suppose it was a necessary thing eventually, and draw my sword. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And as I'm walking toward this beholder, use a bonus action to speak the command word to light the sword up.
Excellent.
And take an attack on a beholder. There's no way this can go wrong.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. 23 to hit.
That will hit.
I was going to say, if that doesn't hit, I'm terrified. Ooh. All right, so that was max damage for that, which is 15. Hold on. Goodness gracious. 25 points of damage, 10 of which is fire.
All right.
Don't know if that matters at all. And honestly, just because this is a thing that I have heard of before but never dealt with, I'm going to use a spell slot to do a smite to add an extra 2d8.
Okay.
So that's a nice, easy math, an additional 10. So that is 35 total.
Excellent. Anything else for you?
My second attack.
Oh, yes.
Dirty 20.
That will hit.
Okay, cool. Okay, so that is 14 plus 12 is 26 points of damage.
All right.
And that's my turn. And just sort of like raise my shield and brace, waiting for whatever the hell this thing's gonna do.
Okay. Owen, you're up next.
Okay. All right, you multi-eyed freak. Here we go. I'm going to try to crack one of its little eyeballs with my whip.
Okay.
Whip.
Will Wheaton. Did it go?
Yes, and that
Dirty
hits.
20? Okay. Max damage. 7.
Beautiful. That's still a lot of damage for, max. That's good.
Now let's do another one.
Snicker snack.
And that
18?
hits.
Okay. 6.
Okay. Do any of you speak deep speech?
No.
Negative.
No.
All right. Well, you hear something coming from this beholder. You're not sure what it is that he says. It says. They say. You're not entirely sure a lot about this thing, other than there are a lot of eyes, and they're now all facing you directly.
Oh boy.
There is now an anti-magic field extending from the beholder in the direction of the door. It is a 150-foot cone.
Classic.
So you are all now within the anti-magic field.
Okay, how does that work?
So the way that works is any active spell or other magical effect on a creature or object is suppressed while within that sphere or that field.
That also includes our magic items.
That includes magic items. Any sort of magical travel is suppressed. And spells and other magical effects that target anything in that field have no effect on the target. So, no magic for the moment.
Damn.
All right. The beholder is going to, well, it's going to aim an eye ray at Owen. And it is going to use stop doing that. Wait. How many eyes does it have?
Too many.
Yes.
Just 3.
I need Owen to please make a dexterity saving throw.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Does the anti-magic field suppress things like my aura, which are divine?
I'm going to rule no for our purposes.
Okay.
Most of those are dex saves. Oh God.
Did you add the +4 for you being right next to me, Owen?
No, so 19.
This is why I asked.
Excellent. That means that you do not take any damage as this beam comes out from this eyeball, hits the ground just beside you, and leaves a smoldering crater as it disintegrates the ground.
That'll hurt.
Disintegration ray.
Oh, that's going to hurt a lot if that hits.
Yeah, beholders are some of my favorites. Anyway.
It then turns to Isolde. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. 24.
All right. One of the beholder's eyes turns to you, and you feel this wave of something wash over you, but it just seems to pass, and there is no effect.
If it's a frightened effect, I'm immune, right? With my aura.
It is not. But
just,
for a
just,
moment...
Just to make sure that's out there.
For a moment, you thought that this beholder was maybe not going to be as bad as you expected him to be.
Ah, charm.
Yes.
Cool.
And finally, seeing that the charm didn't work, it turns another eye stalk on you, because you two are the ones in the room. So, Isolde, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. 23.
All right. For the briefest moment, it's as if all of your muscles tense up and you can't move. But with a deep breath, you push through it. And you are not paralyzed.
Cool.
Herder.
Look at my now sword that is no longer lit and go, well, this is going to be an os.
That's why I don't do magic weapons.
Herder, you are up. And you are still in the tunnel.
Yeah. Yeah, so I am stuck behind the tunnel. Can't really do anything there. I will let folks know that as a bard, I can provide bardic inspiration as a bonus action or cutting words if they need them. And you'll just have to let me know the mechanics of when I'm allowed to do that.
Well, you can inspire anyone on your turn with a bonus action as you see fit. The cutting words is a reaction, so if somebody was making an attack on one of us, you could react once per go round to try and reduce the roll of that attack.
And I seem to have 4 opportunities to do that before I need a short rest to recuperate.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Because cutting words and inspiration use the same pool.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, so I would like to provide some bardic inspiration to one of y'all up next to the beholder.
And based on your archetype, what does your bardic inspiration affect?
Do you sing? Do you play your bagpipes in the midst of battle?
Yeah. Yes, my bagpipes are upstairs because I'm not taking them downstairs to battle with me. So I will recite some poetry, some limericks, perhaps. And
there once was a nasty beholder.
That's right. And so with that, Owen, I'm throwing it your way.
All right.
You can add it 1d8 inspiration to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
All right.
And I'll just hang out behind Erasmus.
Okay. So Erasmus, you are up next.
All right, let's see here. 5, 10.
So you are now out of the anti-magic cone.
Yeah, that was the hope there. Hey, come on. Move down. So I had to double move to do that. Don't think any of my stuff goes on a bonus action, but I'll double check. It does not.
Okay.
All right, that is it for me.
All right, at the end of your turn, the beholder watched you run across the room and is going to use a legendary action. And turn an eye towards you. And I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
That's the best. You know, Erasmus is so wise, right? You know, he's like the wisest guy, like, ever.
A real wise guy, eh?
So wise. Yeah, I'll make that, probably.
Yeah, the 6 will not save. And you now are frightened for 1 minute.
And you're too far away from me for me to be able to help.
So you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, and you can't willingly move closer to the beholder.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right. Isolde, you're up.
Okay. Can I basically move a straight line to like right here?
Yes.
Okay. Am I still within the cone?
No, you are not.
Brilliant. Honestly, at this point, I'm using the sword as like a dowsing rod to be like, am I out of it now? Cool, yep. My sword's on fire again.
That works.
And I am within 10 feet of Erasmus now. Where are you?
Okay. He does get a saving throw at the end of his next turn, so he will get your bonus next time.
That's not a bonus. That's just Aura of Courage. While you are conscious, you and friendly creatures within 10 feet can't be frightened.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, good. Okay.
It's just this does not happen. But I don't know if that happens after it's already taken effect.
For the purposes
I will leave that to you.
No TPK tonight. I think that'll work.
Cool. All right. So now that I am assured that I'm doing my best to help my friends, I'm going to make 2 attacks on this thing.
All right.
Ooh, nat 20.
Beautiful.
Hey.
Definitely going to do a smite on that.
Of course, of course.
Ooh, I do not have enough dice.
Oh.
Hey.
I do not have enough dice. Hold that thought.
That's a good problem to have in a case like this.
I mean,
and while we're holding the thought, can you tell me where I will find how far Herder can walk on the D&D Beyond?
Yes, that is going to be your speed number. It's going to be near the top of the page, slightly to the right of center.
Yep, I see it. Yep, 25 feet. Got it.
And each of the squares on the screen here is a 5 foot of movement.
Okay. I remember you helped me last time, and I found it. But
good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so that's for the sword. That's for the flamey bits. That is for the smite. I'm making a second level smite. Why not? Why
you got
not?
The dice now, so
I got the dice and I got the slots.
All right.
So, ooh, goodness. Okay.
Much math.
So much math.
I hope no one's counting while we're playing this.
I know some numbers.
Oh, goodness. That's my favorite part of your podcast.
That's my favorite part, too.
10, 20, 30, 35, 35, 36, 38, 45, plus 7 is 52.
All right. The beholder makes a noise. A very angry sounding noise.
Oh, good. I like it when the bad guy makes that sound.
And you have a second attack, don't you?
I do, and I will take it. That is 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Brilliant. That is 15, 22 to hit, or 22 damage.
22 damage, okay. And is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
He is going to use another legendary action.
Shocking. After I did like 70 something damage on it. Oops.
I need you to make another wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. 17 base plus 11 is 28.
Yeah, you're fine. You feel this sort of wave of exhaustion pass over you. And you feel yourself yawn. But you blink a few times and it passes.
Okay.
Owen, you're up.
How high off the ground is it floating?
It is floating. It is currently, we're going to say, 10 feet off the ground.
Okay, so I cannot reach it with my sword.
Oh.
Don't think.
You should be able to.
By the magic of D&D physics, I think you can.
Okay, well then I'm going to poke it in the eye.
All right.
And remember, you're inspired as well.
I don't need it. I got a 21.
That hits.
Yay.
Let's say it was two-handed. Oh. 5. Well, let's try again then.
All right.
Do I need to do the inspiration before I roll or after? Or can I do it after?
I think you can do it after, as long as you don't know the result of the roll.
Says it can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome.
Okay. Well, 17, I think, hits. Yes?
It does not.
It does not. Okay, well, then I missed.
Miss.
Okay.
All right. It is the beholder's turn. And it turns, moving its anti-magic field. So now, yeah, Isolt and Erasmus are both in the anti-magic field. Owen is no longer in an anti-magic field. But he's going to take his first attack on Isolt because he's still pissed off at her. That is 1, 2. Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Sure. 24.
Yep, you save. I forgot how good all of your saves are. That's fine. That's fine.
Paladins are scary with saves.
That is true. It is going to make an attack on Erasmus. Please make a strength saving throw.
You're within 10 feet of me, so you get my +4.
Oh.
Yes, you save. You feel as if it's trying to push against you, but you stand firm. And the final eye ray is going to... It's going to aim at Isolt again. I need a dex save, please.
16. I suspect that isn't going to do it, is it?
That is... if it meets, it beats. So you're fine.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. You said a 16?
16.
Yeah, I had a 17. That didn't hit.
No, for a save.
This is a saving throw.
Oh.
Yeah, for a save.
Sorry.
Yeah, you are okay. For a moment, the world seems to speed up around you, or maybe slow down. You're not sure. Time seems a little bit strange, but it all snaps back into place.
Don't love that.
Herder, you're up.
All right. Y'all are doing a really good job. Thanks for helping out here. I'll come out to help a little bit if I can.
And now you see what it actually is.
The sweet hell is this?
That is an excellent reaction.
This is why I quit adventuring.
See, the problem here is you got a beholder infestation. Now I gotta go get my guys, and
how does this even happen?
Well, when a beholder thinks really spiteful thoughts and has really spiteful dreams.
I just don't know what to do. Anyway, I walked in as far as I can. I'd like to come help you guys. Eventually, I might catch up to you. But I can, if anybody wants some more inspiration, I'll sing another song or something. Anybody want some inspiration?
Sure, I'll take some.
You can have some. I will sing a song of paladin goodness with a dirty limerick at the end.
Of course.
We would have it no other way.
Let me just take a quick look here.
I believe that is all I could do.
Let me take a quick look at your character, just in case there's something.
What college is he?
College of Lore, I believe.
Ah.
Cutting words. That's College of Lore.
Yeah. Now you're not standing in the anti-magic field anymore.
Right, yeah.
So if you want to cast one of your spells...
Oh, I can do that now.
You can cast one of them.
I can cast my Vicious Mockery.
Classic.
You absolutely can.
And I'm trying to see if there's anything else I have that is about the most dangerous thing I could do right now, I think. So I will cast some Vicious Mockery at the beholder, of course, because it's friendly mockery with the rest of you.
Well, he did not roll well, so that is a 9 to save. I'm thinking that fails, doesn't it?
God, I hope so.
A wisdom 15.
Yes, that fails.
Yeah.
So you can roll your damage.
2d4. 3.
All right. That's 3 damage he didn't have before.
Woo! Hey, well, when I write the song about this when we're done, it's going to move over by a factor of at least 10.
Oh, of
that
course.
was a 30. That was a 30. Super vicious words. Mockery.
All right. Erasmus, you're up.
Let's see.
And you are no longer frightened because you are standing close enough to assault that you feel the fear just wash away from you now.
Uh, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. All right. Of course, most of Erasmus' spells are dangerous. 4 people near the beholder.
I'm good.
If it helps at all, your party has not taken any damage yet because they all save really well.
Honestly, if Erasmus had actually gone through his wizarding education, he'd be that wizard who threw fireball regardless. But he's not.
I didn't ask how big the room was.
I said I cast fireball.
I'm surprised Erasmus doesn't do things like that more often.
It's rude. But I will attack twice, though.
Okay.
Attack with blade. I don't think that hits. No, 12 does not hit.
12? No, that will not hit, unfortunately.
17, that's also not hit. Is that correct?
17 will not hit.
It's rolling like crap today. You know what? I'm gonna burn one of my luckies on that roll.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a worse roll. You know what? All right. Not.
Yep, okay. That did not hit either, unfortunately.
Throw the egg at it.
You know what? Screw it. I take my bonus action. I reach in this bag and I throw out a fuzzy lump.
Okay. And what is this fuzzy lump?
Well, I'm gonna put the fuzzy lump right over here, and if you roll a d8, we can find out what kind of lump it is.
Okay. I'm going to reach for actual dice this time because I don't have a d8 set up on D&D Beyond easily, so that is a 4.
All right, a axe beak appears from the fuzzy lump.
Oh, okay. And what does this axe beak do?
It's just an axe beak. It is here. It's friendly to me and my companions.
How big is it?
Well, it's as big as an axe beak. So let me go look at the monster listing. This is from the Tan Bag of Tricks.
Oh, it's a large beast.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, large beast.
Again, I say, what the sweet hell.
All right.
Yeah, Rasmus is like, oh, hell, fuck it. And I just reach into this tan bag and I pull out this like fuzzy lump and it falls on the ground and poofs, and it's an axe beak.
Okay. And that's the end for you?
Yep.
All right. Isolde, you're up.
Okay. I want to kind of skirt around this thing. Is there enough room for me to be here between it and the wall?
Yes.
Sweet. Turn around. Am I out of the cone?
Yes, you are.
Brilliant. Then I will start stabbing. So anyway, I started stabbing. I don't think I have improved critical with this character, do I? No. Okay. So that is a 30 to hit.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
Oh.
I wanted to make sure 19s weren't also a crit for me.
Yeah.
Just had to verify that. Ooh, not good damage. That is 13 points of damage.
Okay.
And second attack.
It makes a terrible sound.
Good.
Can you roll me an intelligence check?
Just straight check?
Yep.
8.
Okay. The rest of you can roll me an intelligence check as well.
4.
Okay.
16.
21.
Okay.
Hey, someone. Thank God.
Erasmus and Owen, while neither of you speak deep speech, you are very much able to tell that this thing is basically cursing Isolde. That's all.
Cool.
Yeah.
Second attack is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Curse me all it like. 8, 9, 16 points of damage. Low rolls on those.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
Isolde, tell me what it looks like when you kill this beholder.
Brilliant. So the first attacks cut through a couple of the eye stalks, which was probably why it was cursing me in its other language, because it realized, it feels all of those horrible thoughts that have held it together, this pure spite that keeps it floating in the air, starting to wither and fade away. And as the eye stalks hit the ground and kind of blip 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 across the floor, recover and just stab straight through the central eyeball, with the flaming sword coming out the other side.
Beautiful. It very quickly stops floating and comes to the ground with a sort of wet thud. And you are all left to stare at this sludgy, gooey beholder that is leaking stuff from its sliced eye stalks. And that was not nearly as deadly as it was supposed to be, so that's good.
Assault, great job. I'm happy to have pitched in with my 3 damage to help you out. I know that's what put it over the edge.
Absolutely.
That
100%.
is absolutely, when the story is told, that is absolutely how it's going to happen.
I appreciate that.
It was a team effort.
Erasmus, I think we could be good friends, Erasmus.
A beholder doing in your basement?
I have no idea.
What in the hell's
this?
Was there any other hallway that came in this direction, or a hole, or I'm gonna start looking around and being like, how the fuck did this thing get in here?
I would like everyone who's looking around to give me an investigation check.
Just like shake off the burnt pieces of beholder. I'm too distracted doing that, apparently. I rolled in that one.
Okay.
Oh. Got all the vitreous humors all over you.
16 for hold
23.
I smash
14.
things. That's what I'm good at.
So, Erasmus, have you ever seen a beholder before? Have you ever fought one?
Probably.
Okay, so that's why some of this looks familiar to you. This room that you're standing in, the more you look at it, the more you realize this wasn't a room to start with. And you did a little bit of learning back in wizarding school. And you did hear about these beholders. And you fought one before. And you know that they use that disintegration eye ray to carve out paths and carve out rooms and carve out spaces. And when you look up, just above where Isolde is standing, there is a section of wall up near the top that looks like that's a hole. That's a hole. It's pretty high up, but you would bet most of the contents of your hole that if you went down that, it would be a tunnel, and it would lead deeper under the town, under the mountain, to wherever this beholder's actual lair was. Because, like I said, you fought a beholder before, and you know that when they're home, they do some extra stuff. Like, you were a little bit surprised that there was no goo on the floor, that there wasn't anything coming out of the walls and grabbing you, that there weren't any eyes just popping out of walls. Those are sort of things, the weird shit that happens in beholder lairs. So you think that this wasn't a lair so much as him working on finding a new place.
All right. So I'm guessing above Isolde, there's a tunnel down there. Now, I'm not going to bet on what's down that tunnel, but I will bet that there's something down there. If I had to guess, if I had to reckon, this beholder is probably brand new. And it was trying to make a home down here, and it was trying to get cozy, and it didn't finish. Used that little smoky ray to carve out paths and stuff. This wasn't a room before. No, at least this wasn't as big, probably. I wonder if there's another beholder down there. Because beholders hate each other.
You did say something about it that this wasn't its home, that it was making a new home. That makes me wonder if something forced it out of its old home.
Well, I mean, usually another beholder. I mean, they hate each other. They can't. Every beholder thinks it's the best beholder in the world.
This one wasn't.
No.
I'm just saying.
I mean, personal opinion withstanding, I mean, every beholder thinks it's the best, and they can't stand each other. And if you get two beholders in one place, either one's going to die, one leaves, or, sometimes you get a big old beholder that has a bunch of little beholders under it, but that's real rare. See, every other beholder in the world is a bad dream of another beholder. That's how they happen. So, that could go on for miles. I mean, we could go back under the mountain even, maybe. I mean, so a wizard could have kicked them out, or another beholder. Those are my guesses right now.
Well, here's my question. How is this going to affect my business up at the bar?
Well, I ain't got half a business, but I can't say that it'd be great if things keep coming through the hole. Now, luckily, I have my people here. We can just, you included, we can just go and just, climb up here. And I have shoes of spider climb, so I just walk up the wall. And now I think we can just kind of just go ahead and just like crawl on in here. I bet we can just see what there is to see.
So you're going down the tunnel?
Well, I'm looking down because I realize that my belt gives me dark vision, so I'm just looking down the tunnel.
Okay. It goes on for quite a ways, and then it sort of turns. So you're not sure what comes up beyond that turn.
All right. Well, that's a good long ways. There's a little turn there. I don't know what. I mean, we definitely have to crawl this out. Maybe do some classic marking on the walls, bit of rope. We could probably make this like a base camp or something. Oh, just some classic adventuring right here.
People are coming for the show tonight. I told you the other day, earlier this morning. I told you it's open mic night.
Right.
We made the joke about how we cut open mic, and we don't.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
He sang the whole time. It was beautiful.
I think that it will be very important to make sure that the patrons of your bar do not encounter something like this, which I think may take higher priority, possibly.
I probably need to go put a sign out.
That's fair.
On the other hand, with the amount of knee and hip injuries we have incurred over the last week or so, are we really built to be crawling down holes in the wall?
Magical healing is fantastic.
Look, if you just took your collagen pills like the doctor said, maybe we just get down this hole. Now, I'm also responsible, and I've not been taking my collagen pills. Maybe if I take some now to help out later, that's probably not how it works. But who else is going to crawl in this hole?
Any number of Harper offspring.
And where are they at?
Throw a stone and you'll hit one.
Well, can we just board it up?
The creature's ray cut through stone. So you tell me.
It's the basement. I mean,
does anyone have cast concrete?
No.
I do not have stone shape, unfortunately.
You know what? I'm just gonna go outside the door and just yell "Ali Ali Harper free" and see if anybody just decides to pop the head out of the cut somewhere.
How high up is this hole in the wall?
It is about 25 feet up.
Trying to remember the rules for a vertical jump.
Oof, I do not remember.
With bad knees.
That will be at disadvantage with all those knees you've got.
Yeah,
oh, come on. Magical healing.
We got problems.
But you still have
we still owe.
Not so magical age.
That's fair.
I mean, they'll fix your knees after you bust them, but...
I'm going to go outside and yell, "Hey, Elminster Fan Club."
Elminster Fan Club.
Hey, Hopper, 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 Hopper. Hey, Hopper, 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 Hopper.
It's liable to get you killed by everyone in the town.
You do see a couple of people sticking their heads out. Did you need something?
Oh, you're a Harper?
Yeah, about half of us are.
Oh, well, all right, yeah, I figured. All right, so, look, my friend Owen says you can fix this problem. We got a tunnel down here, and
don't tell him anything that would keep him from coming to the bar.
Oh, not
buddy.
Look, hey, there's some fan club business down in the tunnel.
Fan club business?
Yeah, we all know that the Harper's just Elements fan club. Come on now.
All right. What do we need to do?
I just want you to tell my friend Owen that you're going to fix all of our problems. Come on.
Wait, what problems?
No problems yet until you see him. Come on.
I just make cupcakes.
Oh, you don't solve problems because the Harpers don't do shit? What?
I mean, look, there's a lot of us, and we all do different things, and I just happen to specialize in cupcakes.
Mm-hmm.
What cupcakes help?
Good. Because Elminster needs a ton of cupcakes. I know. Yep.
Well, yeah. Cupcakes are important.
All right. I'll be back. That's right. That's all right.
Okay.
I do like cupcakes.
All right, Owen. So, all right, Owen. I found 6 Harpers, and they all make cupcakes.
all of them.
Well, okay, I questioned one, but none of them seemed real keen on doing anything either. And the first one spoke up, said, I make cupcakes, probably for Elminster. So, they ain't good for nothing. Because all the hoppers that got shit to do, they ain't at the retirement home.
Should we bring Nelitha and her girlfriend?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Unless they're busy.
Ugh. Singed everywhere.
Well, some people are into that.
I would like you all to make me insight checks, please.
$19.
Okay.
17.
Insight 15.
Check. Oh, 18.
Okay. So you all have been talking about this for a bit. And as you go on, you start to think that, Erasmus was telling you that beholders really don't like each other. And if this one was running away from something, trying to make a new home for itself, it's probably quite a ways away from the other one, if it was another one, or whatever it was that it was running away from. So, if you want to take some time to regroup, to find Nelitha, maybe her girlfriend, maybe have a little bit of a rest, get some of your spell abilities back, maybe dig through the hole and the bags to see if there's anything else useful in there. You've got time. You don't think that anything is going to come out right away. So you've got some time if you want to retreat and plan. Maybe get a ladder, some knee pads, things like that.
Yeah, that's probably smart. All right, let's go regroup. Reconvene when Nelith is available.
Yes.
All right. So you all
I'll
head
put a
back.
sign up on the door, and if you want some help, I'll help.
Well, those 3 damage points really turned the tide.
30 300. Just keep adding zeros.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. So you all head back up. There is time for one last open mic night before you set out. So if anyone wants to take a turn, you're welcome to roll a performance check. See,
not a chance in the hells.
No, Erasmus will sing a song about how he can't stand the sage of Shadowdale because he doesn't do anything actually, and can't seem to die when his time comes.
All right. So go ahead and roll a performance check. Let's see how the song goes over with the crowd.
People have been coming in as we've been down there fighting. The day's been going on, and all right, helping themselves to the bar, no doubt.
12.
You get a smattering of applause. There's no one throwing anything at you, so that's a bonus. But it's definitely not a standing ovation.
Yeah. Erasmus' charisma might be in the negative, so
all right.
No bard here.
I should have given you a bardic inspiration before you went up there, buddy.
Oh no, it's fine.
All right. So before we say goodnight for the evening, does anyone else have anything? Would anyone like to pull something from their bags of holding or portable holes to see what other sort of fantastical thing you might have stolen from the dragon?
Oh, I do.
All right.
Sure.
And I end my performance by pulling from my hole, and that's how I get the 12.
It was a 17 until then.
Yeah.
Oh. While y'all are checking out your stuff there, I'm going to get up on the stage and play my bagpipes because that always brings the house down.
Hopefully
Lay
not
thunderstruck.
Yeah.
Owen, were you pulling something out as well?
Sure.
All right. And we're going to say that while you're hanging out, there is did one of you have identify as a spell?
I don't think so. That's a wizard thing.
Nelitha might have.
No.
Well, as you're sitting around, you actually happen to run across one of the many harpers who sees you looking at these items with confused looks on your face. And she's one of the younger ones, which means she's about 200.
Just a wee babby.
Yeah. You know, I have a touch of magic, if you would like me to tell you what those things are.
Oh, I'd love that.
I have this cool dragon sword that I've had sitting around.
Oh. Okay. You don't want me to tell you about this other thing you've got on the table?
I mean, if I slip you 5 gold, will you tell me about both?
Sure. Except the DM will tell you about the sword later because I don't have the stats written down.
Okay,
here.
No worries.
But also sitting on the table in front of Owen is what looks like just a regular boomerang.
Because boomerangs are just so normal.
But this bent piece of wood can be used as a thrown weapon. And when it hits a target, it inflicts 1d4 bludgeoning damage and casts Thunderclap. It returns to the thrower at the end of the turn and requires a dex check to be caught. If you don't make the check, you take 1d4 bludgeoning damage.
I love it.
So you've got a boomerang. I will send you that information. Sitting in front of Erasmus, there's a blanket. And it's sort of a patchwork quilt looking thing. And the wizard elf harper looks at it and says, oh. So if you put this blanket over your head and hold someone else's hand, you can talk to each other and no one hears what you're saying.
That's so sweet.
It is a privacy blanket.
Give it to Nelitha. She's going to need it.
Is it fireproof?
That's a fair question.
Say it.
And finally, she picks up the ring that is sitting in front of Isolde. Oh, this one. It's a ring of immortality-ish. When you're wearing it, you are convinced that you're immortal and cannot be killed. So you get to reroll 1 failed death save per day. But you gain the personality trait, I dive headfirst into every dangerous situation with a smile on my face. You will not willingly remove this ring, and you are not actually immortal.
I'm very glad that you came and checked these before I put it on. Could I use a napkin to pick it up, wrap it in the napkin, and stuff it back in the bag?
All right. So you have some newly discovered items. You've had some entertainment this evening at the open mic night. Herder, you've had a very successful evening. Your open mic night went really well. And that's where we're going to leave off for today. We will be back in 2 weeks. And Herder will be joining the party on a more regular basis.
Yay!
Yay!
Thank you, friends.
All right.
Sweet.
Yeah, so that is all for this time. We will be back in 2 weeks, which is a date that I don't know because I don't have a calendar in front of me. But until then, have fun and happy knitting.
Happy Halloween.
There we go. Bye, friends.
Bye.